Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone doing? I would like to welcome you to District 81's Logistics Team training session, formerly known as the Tech Cafe. In this session, we aim to empower all members with the knowledge and skills to navigate various technologies that you use in your Toastmasters experience. Whether you're seasoned, tech savvy or not, this session will empower you in learning various tools. Today, we're going to be focusing on the Whova platform. This platform we use during our conferences, and we thought it would be a very important training topic to help our members get more familiar with Whova. We are honored this afternoon to welcome our presenter. I call her, and a lot of us call her, the Queen of Whova, DTM Sharinka Yanga. Will be leading our session. She is born in Bonaire and is a dedicated wife, mother to a daughter. Her Toastmasters journey began in 2004, and she has quickly become an active and a very important member of the District 81 family. As a dual member of the GLACOS Toastmasters Club, Sharinka has expanded her involvement across different locations, continuously contributing to the growth of her community. DTM Sharinka experience in virtual meetings started in 2000. She has been offering invaluable guidance on how to use Zoom effectively, and her skills in managing online events have been instrumental in coordinating various virtual events at club, area, division, and district levels. Beyond Zoom, Sharinka has played an important role in setting up Toastmasters conferences on Whova platform. And her goal today is to introduce you to Whova and to help you enhance your skills in using this powerful tool. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please welcome our presenter this afternoon, DTM Sharinka. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Logistic Manager. It's my pleasure to be here to address myself to the audience today. And all I'm going to do is talk about Whova. And before I dive into Whova, because the clock is ticking, just put in the chat for me, have you seen or used Whova before? Either yes or no. So I have an idea what we know or do not know about Whova. Karim and myself has been partners in crime for the last 3 years with Whova. So Karim does the page for registration. What is the page called again, Karim? I'm trying to remember. Eventbrite. Karim does the Eventbrite. I've never been on the page because it's all entrusted in the hands of Karim. And when you all have more or less registered via that page, we transport it into Whova. So I see Sonia has not seen Whova before. People have used Eventbrite. That's lovely. Now, Whova is very straightforward. It's a very user-friendly tool. However, you need to get familiar to it. Like everything, you need to get familiar to it. So I'm going to share my screen. And while I'm sharing my screen, I would like to tell you that Whova is an all-in-one event management app. So it makes events modern and trendy. So on the Whova, it's like you're having your conference on the palm of your hands. And from that little app, you are seeing your agenda for the conference. If you are in person there, you see in which room things are happening. You can interact with each other on Whova. And for the team organizing the event, it's also a logistic tool to manage the event. You know how many people are there in person, who are virtual, and you can contact each other if you have the phone on hand very easily and quickly. So it's a powerful and time saving management event tool. And now, after all my blah blah blah, where is my share button? Here. And I'm going to share my screen. So this is the landing page. Whova. With landing page, I mean, let me just let me put you at the side here so I can see you all at the side here. The landing page of Whova, I'm using last year conference because this year we have not put anything together yet. So this is the page that you will see as the guest, as the attendance at the conference. People working in the background may have a different screen because they will be able to input information, to update, change things, but all of us can see this screen. So this is your landing page. It will tell you where the conference is happening, when it's happening, on which island. I have been changing this landing page, I guess, with every event last year to make it more obvious for people because it seems to be difficult for people to navigate it. Now let's look at this page. If you're new to it, you can look at the guides. You can read or see about Whova. It says which conference because the app has a lot of other events on it. So you can zoom into your own event. This is the D81 Cleveland Conference where it's taking place, and you can switch to your local time. So at this point, it's 4 o'clock in Port Spain. If I switch to my own time, it's 7:07 p.m. So it's good to have it in your own local time so you're not missing any event. And then the next important thing is our agenda. So this is what you primarily need during the conference, your agenda. So you see the daily agenda. It starts normally on Wednesday. So Wednesday you see the agenda, the countdown. Thursday, what is happening. Friday, so you can go day by day up to Sunday. The agenda, you see the events. For instance, nowadays you see that there is this icon of a video, a camera. That means there is something you can watch there. So let's watch the details. By clicking on watch details, you're zooming into the event. It's the countdown. Maybe we took the video down so it's no longer able to display. You can have chats alongside the window. People can like it. You can add it to your own agenda. You can just like the session, and you even have an option to take notes. So you keep everything in one place as an attendee. When this is a meeting, you will see a join meeting here, and you join the Zoom meeting because we will be embedding Zoom in this window. At the speakers session, you can see all the speakers, so who they are, their biography, what session they're going to present to us. So this is the speakers page. We had 4 speakers. In the previous conference, we had like 20 speakers, or depending who's organizing the conference, the more the merrier. You can also who's attending the conference, because when you are at the conference, you will be wandering around talking to people. So you can also check who's attending the conference and You can either bookmark them so you can find them easy, you can view their profile, you can chat with them, you can even organize a video conference with the other attendees, especially if you're not in person there. You have communities. This is a very loved session, the communities. So ex-savvy people, they go in and they set up all kinds of meetups. So you go and you attend. They promote their own club meetings. They orchestrate debates. So those are the communities. Everybody is free to go in. I can see from last year we had 239 topics, and you can see how much I've read, which is not brilliant. You can get ideas for topics. Organizers can also add stuff there. Can message each other. These are all the messages coming in. You can upload pictures. So while you're going around the conference, you can take pictures, upload pictures into the app. Again, apparently there was a video photo contest, but here is the button for you to click and upload pictures. Let me see what the resources to have. Q&A and guides in the resources, and you can give feedback. Okay, let me go back to the agenda. Show agenda. So in the agenda, you can see all what is happening. Let me check if there is anything with. So this is a session that has ended. It has no stream, but I have added some videos. Let me see if I can find anything. Let me go to home to click that. Okay, so here you have a recorded video. So I have been last year after conference is ending, people can always go back into the app like 6 weeks after that, and I have posted all the recorded sessions. You can go back and have a look. So the session, the live session itself is ended. However, you have the recorded video at the end of it. Now, I've been talking for like 10 minutes. I would like to know if there are any questions before I continue. So I'm making sure that what I'm saying is making sense to you. Any questions? Okay, I see none. I can jump into the next share. So how to get this page? I have been looking into it yesterday to see if I could give you all access. However, it's only after you're registered that it is possible to give you access, so you can go and play around in it. People that have been attending conferences for the last 2 to 3 years still have access. It will not be revoked from them. They need to find their login that was sent at some point to them by Kareem, most probably, and go back. You may have forgotten your password. So you say, I forgot my password, and it will send you a link to reset your password, send you a number to make sure it's you, it's not a robot, it's not a spam, and you can get back in and you can play around. We will be trying to put it up early this time, Kareem and myself, so we can have trainings closer to the conference. So you can open your app, go into it, and come back and bombard us with questions. That it's not on the day of the conference and during the conference that you're realizing, oh, how do I use this app? And then you're panicking because you're missing out on the sessions, on contests, and so on. You don't want that to happen this time. So on home, you have these information. So we're going back to our agenda. Yes, where you can see all the events happening. So for instance, if we see here, we had a session done by Ryan Roper, the speaker, MBA, BSc, Business Science. It was on Friday. Although the stream has ended, when we go back to view the details, we see here there is the video embedded of that training. So people can go back and revisit the training to see what it was about as the live stream has already ended. So it's a fountain of information that you can navigate and even go back and revisit what has been presented. So we have the trainings done there. Most of the items do have their videos. You were a speech contest, Elevate, yes, everything has the video embedded in it after the event has happened. There's maybe putting stuff like Roger has his I think Roger has added material, but then he took them down after the training. I see none of them has anything up any longer, but they can add working manuals and stuff to their session, so you can download that beforehand. So if I go into Shirley, for instance, you want to look into Shirley. Let's view the profile of Shirley. We can see her bio, her affiliation, her education, her LinkedIn, connect with her. And we also can speak to Distinguished Toastmasters Shirley, and we can use the take notes during Shirley's presentation. We can take notes and we can save it for later. If you don't want to miss anything and you want to bookmark trainings or events that you say, oh, I need to attend this and I don't want to miss it. Let's say you want to make sure that you're attending the Innovate with Artificial Intelligence. You just click Add it to your agenda. And the next window that will pop up, it will give you the option to add it to the agenda of your choice, whether you're using Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, or Apple Calendar. And you can add it to your calendar, so it will send you a reminder depending on how your calendar is set up. Your calendar can be set up to remind you a half an hour before, an hour a day. You decide how well in advance you want system to remind you of upcoming events. And see what else you can do. You can also search. If you say, okay, let me see when the contests are happening in this day, you are searching for contests, and it will bring up all the contests only, telling you what day, time they're happening. So you're making sure you're not missing out of any of the contests. So you can search on the agenda. You can also track and filter with track and filter. So all the contests, we have contests, we have sorry about that. I had a bunch of background noise that I couldn't hear myself. So you can track and filter. We have the events in groups, contests, formals. The formals are all the night events, the seminars, the extras. Extras are things like trips, the church, mass in the morning. Those are the extras. You can also check it here. What, because you're wondering, what are the extras? And you go, oh, we didn't have any session in the extras, but we have put it there. So if you see formals, because I have an extra, my apologies, I had an extra filter there. So going back to the extras, oh, still nothing found. So, and the formals were supposed to be the night events. So the district award ceremony is a formal event. You're making sure you're having your tuxedo and your nightgown and for that event. We didn't have events that were virtual only, that you can go and check that, if I'm not mistaken. No, everything was either in person or hybrid. So that's also a way to go to your agenda and look what is happening. If you have bookmark stuff, like I have bookmark the AI session, that will appear in my agenda. And the full agenda is the agenda of the whole event. Let's go here in the guide session. You have a guide for everybody that may be interacting with the Whova app. You have a guide for attendee. You have a guide for sponsors that are sponsoring the conference and may be participating. Those are more conferences that are selling stuff. And you even have the option how to participate in an event. Let's have a look into that. How to participate in an event. So it opens up and it gives you all kinds of ideas how to participate. So you can navigate these as well, but there is nothing better someone telling you how to stuff. Let me just drop in the chat. The guides, attendees guides. Where is my chat? Here. So this is the link for the attendees guides. And also the link for how to participate in an event. You can have a look at your own leisure. So the portals are different. So I am showing you here on a web page portal. But when you look at it on your phone, it's different. Of course, the phone has a smaller screen, so there's less information that can go on it. Here you can see how it looks like on the mobile app. So it's more cramped, the information, in order to be able to put it on the mobile app. So those are the guides. We also have frequent asked questions, something always that I screen through, see what can be seen there. So that's me going back to our own screen. On home, there is not much to do. That's your landing page. I've been through the agenda. Are there any questions for the agenda? I've seen a question, but it's not about the agenda. I'll come back to that question and just take down my screen here. Any question for the agenda? So, Kareem, it seems that the group here will have a breeze at the conference should they need to use it.
Yes.
Should they use Whova. Someone asked about best practices or ideas for the leaderboard and to engage with other participants, and also about creating discussion groups, because sometimes similar topics are creating instead of joining an existing one. Oh, very good question. So let me navigate back to Whova. And so we are talking here about the leaderboard and community groups. Am I right? I'm forgetting what I was reading there. Let me cheat again. So leaderboard and engage with other people. Yes.
Yes.
So engage with other participants. You can go either to attendees as one-on-one engagement. So you check, say, oh, Atos is attending. Oh, I know Ato. I have been putting stuff together for him last year. Let me say hi. Because I was at each and every of his contests last year. So things like that, people that you maybe can also beef up your profile. Let me just click that. My profile is blank. Yes, it's horrible. It's blank, but it's good to beef up your profile so people know a bit who you are. So you add a photo. So it's just by clicking and add photo frame, affiliations, education, where you're located, what you're interested in. You can even put up a resume. You never know. Maybe lurking around behind the door there. Bio, you can add your links if you have web pages for your businesses. You can do a lot here with your own profile and to put yourself out there. Mine is blank. I beg your pardon. Not even a picture. And then when people have their profile updated, you can find them easier. You can bookmark attendees, so you can find them easier. And you have also categories, people that are the organizers, speakers, in-person attendees, remote attendees. You can see them here as well. So if you want to contact an organizer, you go here and you see who the organizers are. So these were the organizers for last year. Now, going back to all attendees, if I want to contact an attendee, or let me see, can you search for? Yes, I can search for an attendee. So There you are. I think I've seen her in the meeting, so I'm sending her a message. It's already there for you. So it comes, hi Fabiola, are you attending? So Whova want to help you to type what you may want to say to the person. You can, of course, delete it and you can type your own. Because maybe you want to type in a different language and you can do that as well. And you're saying hi, click on saying hi, and the message is going to that person. You can also view the profile of the person. How fabulous, what she's up to. So she has her profile nicely. So this is an example of doing up your profile. Those are the attendees. So you can interact with them one-on-one. And here you have the community that I've touched base briefly. So as you see, there are 239 topics. So before you add a topic, you can also do a search if there is a topic for what you already have in mind. Club meetings. And you see there is indeed a club there are some information or groups about club meeting. So transition to in-person club meetings. So it seems that people are online and they want to transition. So they put up a discussion about that. Toastmasters empowerment discussion. So when you see these topics, evaluation at work, you can click on it, open it, and you see who created the topic. It was created by Polomani from Ireland, from District 71. So this app allows, as we all know, the option for people from all over the world to attend our conference. And he described and people go and react on it. Some discussions do become hot topics, others don't take off. Can add polls, so the person creating it can create a poll. You can add it to your thing to follow, see what people are saying about it. If that is something of your interest. Of course, you can ask the organizer, and organizer announcements are always at the top. Because there you can go and ask your question. You don't need to scroll to all the topics to ask questions. So if we want to ask the organizer something, we click on ask the organizer and you put your question in here and you send it, and all the organizers will receive the question. In this case, the 4 organizers will receive the question, and one of us will pick it up and answer. It comes when people are sending you a message, it will, depending on how you have set up your app, it will come both through your email and through your app. And you get it, and if you get it through your email, you click on it, it takes you back to the page, the web page, or your app, depending. On my phone, I'm using the app. So, for instance, you want to ask what is the dress code for the Friday party, because it may have a theme, and what is the theme. You're sending it to the organizers. They will receive it, and everybody else can see it, of course. And so we don't need to ask the same question a couple of times, but we can just continue on that same theme and we will answer you. So this is the community board that we can interact with each other. We can set up meetings, talk about things. I mean, curry chicken or chicken curry, even that can become a discussion. No, I don't know curry chicken, chicken curry. I have no idea. I won't start the discussion either. But you can see people can feel free, no language barrier. You can do it in French, in English, in Spanish, and you will have your crowd following you. How do you add a topic? Because I've been talking about the existing topics. So you see here is the blue button to add a topic. So, and it gives you an example here in local restaurants, but you can put your topic. I'm thinking about a topic where there is tea. It's something I see on my desk here. There is hope. Where there is tea, there is hope. That is your topic. And you're asking and you're adding your question, blah, 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 and prompt response before viewing discussion. So no response required, yes, response encouraged, but not required, or response is required. So you set up your topic as you wish. And I'm just putting something here so I can post it. Yes, response encouraged but not required. And your topic is going to live its life. You can also create a poll. You skip this, or you can skip it. And you're clicking on post it. I'm not adding more discussion topics, so I'm closing it. Now, that's a community board where you can create group discussions and have people interacting in groups with each other. I've seen many invitations for top meetings on the group discussions in the past. Messages is also another way to send stuff. This is also personal. So these are my personal messages here. So it's the messages I have received or I have sent. We have touched base about how to upload pictures, and we are going now to the leaderboard, which was a question I have received in the chat. How to interact with the leaderboard. So join the contest, win a prize, continue to the leaderboard. So the more you interact on Whova, the more points you are receiving. So I see last year we had with 480,000 points. Cadesia Adams. I don't want to pronounce her name incorrectly. Cadesia Adams. The organizer will be putting the points that she can receive to add on to your points. Brown, Paul. So how do you come and feature on this leaderboard? It's by being active on Whova. That's the simple answer. By being active on Whova. So you add a topic or a social group, you suggest meetups, you post questions and answers in the sessions, you recommend the conference, you post reply, you add sessions to your personal agenda, you beef up. You're saying hi to people. Self, you create poll, you answer poll. Now, these are amongst other things that you can receive points with. It's a game, but it also keeps you involved in the app. So I have been through adding a topic for which you can get points. I have both replied to someone, you can get a point. Um, Say hi. So these are things that I encourage you to do during the conference. And by playing in the app, you will discover things that you didn't know exists in the app, and that um, and you get to know people as well. So perhaps this year we need to make the competition live. So when people are very active, there is also a prize in return. That's something we have not done. We, we 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 enable it, but we didn't hand out any prize. So that's something to think and consider this time. So I thought um, about the points that were okay, fine this year. Transfer this year. So that was the leaderboard where you can it's a way to interact with everybody on Whova. So even though you are going to be in person in Barbados this year, I would encourage you, because as soon as you register and when the Hoover app goes live, whether you are in Barbados or you are in the comfort of your home, you all can access Hoover. And just go on it and play around with it. While you're wandering around in the conference, post your picture so the ones at home can see what kind of fun they're missing um, on. And perhaps they couldn't travel, so they still can get the feeling of the warmth and the enjoyment happening at the conference. So I guess I said every single thing I could have say about the Hoover app, and I'm happy to answer any question.
DTM Sharinka, I have a debate question
Okay.
based on my experience, but I'm gonna wait to see if anybody else has a question.
Good. Distinguished Toastmaster Leona.
Toastmaster Sarenka, the points that you were just referring to,
Yes.
are they going to roll over to conference in Barbados, or it starts from zero
It
again?
starts from scratch,
Okay,
completely new. Yes.
because we won't be able to compete with some of those the points that I just said.
No, it's a new beginning. It's a
Okay.
new beginning. Uh, this Hoover, I showed this from last year. It's
Mhm.
still you can still access it. You can still go and see the sessions on it for the ones that, of course, registered last year.
Mhm.
But it will be a fresh version for this year in Barbados. Different logos, different colors. Everything is brand new, speakers and so on. And then you can start the competition again.
Okay. Now for the other things, I know that would be fresh, new things, new ideas, but the points I was talking about, just the points. But that's good. We start from
Yes,
zero.
the
Thank
points
you.
definitely are starting from scratch again, from zero.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Francois.
Hi, how are you, my leader?
I'm fine, thank you, Francois.
I have a question for you. And it's something that I remember that I think a lot of us would remember this. It was during the contest. I'm not sure if you spoke about it earlier because I had a previous meeting, so I kind of joined in midway. Uh, During the contest time, with in logging into the meetings, there was no notification or someone present to say, please note that the speakers are speaking or the Zoom is closed until some sort of notification. Someone should be there to let us aware that they're not opening the room because of such and such. Then we had this big anger. I don't know if you remember, but it was a huge anger, like, hey, okay, is the contest happening or not? What is going on? So you had that back and forth. I'm assuming for this year, the experiences learned from last year will be put forward this year, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. So if I am understanding you correctly, Francois, while speakers were speaking, we were not letting people in. However, we were not informing the person, let's say, standing outside the door, that please wait a moment. As soon as the speaker is done, we can let you in.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, that's a valid point for us to take along. I'm making a note here. Contest. Yeah, because it's indeed a usual practice. Perhaps we took it for granted that it's a usual practice when speakers are on stage, virtual or not, that we are not allowing anyone, and it's
No
indeed not
distraction.
nice for the person in the dark outside wondering what is happening.
Right. Yeah. 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 Thank you.
That is a normal thing. Every speech contest, you're not allowed in as long as the speakers are presenting.
We are aware of that, but what happened, what transpired last year, it was not known to the online attendees. It was happening. You're thinking that the event is not happening. So in the WhatsApp group, everybody in the WhatsApp group, there was a lot of anger back and forth. So it's just we just don't want to have that happen again. So basically, we have an SAA, okay? The Whova have someone is assigned as an SAA and be able to say, okay, contents are on stage, please hold, wait, blah 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 blah, and then obviously they will know when the contestant has finished or blah 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 blah, and then let us in. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, absolutely. Point well taken. DTM Glendon.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. I cannot recall what happened in the previous years with regard to Whova, and I was not on time for this afternoon session. So my question is Whova or would Whova be available to all Toastmasters, only attendees, or only registered participants?
Only registered and paid participants at the conference. So as soon as, sorry, Glenda. So as soon as you registered on Eventbrite, you will have your confirmation that you're registered on Eventbrite. That doesn't mean that you're immediately also registered on Whova, because we will be building up the event on Whova. But as soon as it's ready to launch, all the participants already registered and paid on Eventbrite will be transferred into Whova, and you get your link so you can access the Whova page. Or you can download the app to be able to access it.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Okay. So me and Kareem were discussing that this year we need to have the Whova ready so we can have a training at least a week in advance for everybody that's a participant so they can navigate it, ask their questions, and be ready for the day of the conference. So it's not on that day that they're going to download the app and pull their hairs out because they can't find their way through it. So that's the aim, the dream for this year. Thanks, Fabiola. Yes. So either you are there in person or you are online, all the participants can access Whova if they have a ticket. Distinguished Toastmaster Ato.
Thank you very much, DTM Shrinka. So I remember last year as well, there were a number of, and there still continues to be some WhatsApp groups. So based on what you are saying, the conversations and some persons had challenges with either joining or keeping up with the WhatsApp groups because, of course, phone memory and so on. Based on what you're saying, this platform can be used for those updates and conversations regarding the conference.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Because Whova can also broadcast, for instance, event is starting half an hour later, room has changed, and so on. It requires though that the person has their phone handy and they can look from time to time on their phone for updates. Any more questions, remarks, things you can do better? Kareem, I guess it's time for your question.
Probably one before we go, sorry.
Yes, no worries, Ato.
So, not last year, I think a year before,
Mm-hmm.
this thing with the points, I don't know if I missed it. Is it, who runs that competition? So I know there was a competition for who is the most active. Is it a LM competition? Does it have, is it automatic once you are involved in it and there's a conference, there is a competition, or is it something that we have to promote?
It's something that we may have to promote, but if we are going
Okay.
to promote it, we need to have prices ready. And that's the
Yes.
reason why we have not really promoted in the past years, because we were running out of time and didn't pay sufficient attention to it, because we believe if we promote it, we need to also have awards ready for the person that goes the extra mile to be active on Hoover.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What country that you've been to?
Ready for me?
We're ready for you.
From my experience in the various conferences and with Whova, persons have been having issues with getting on Whova. I had a lot of phone conversations, like really hurting my heart. So I just wanted to ask, what can we do better? Any suggestions from the persons on the call to eliminate that frustration? I remember even getting calls up to 12 o'clock in the night. So want to ask everyone on the call if, what can we do to eliminate those type of frustrations or issues, or has it been a smooth transition for you? I see DTM Fabiola.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I cannot open my camera this time. But I think what you're doing now, it's a great start. The reason why people are um, not getting on is just practice and knowing how to do it. And once you are on board, it is all fun, whether you are in person or online only. And the leaderboard is one of the things that, people, when they discover this, it is a great way to, be engaged. And I love Whova. I mean, we are using it now for a couple of years, and I have been using it first in the beginning. I think I was also helping in the back end, but I think it's more fun to be in the front end when you're engaging. So yeah, I would recommend it to everyone. And you started early this time, and I think by letting people know how they can navigate it and what the benefits are a good start.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Fabiola. Yes, our aim this year indeed is to try to have everybody on board. Kareem, any more suggestions?
I think also persons have an issue with the mobile app versus logging on their laptop or on their PC, because it's something you get a lot of calls about that also. So I don't know
Yes.
what is more comfortable with is a mobile app, is a PC. So that's a next question I think a lot of persons have.
Mobile app I use both. The mobile app is easy because you just scroll on your mobile, you find the app, boom, you are in Zoom, in Whova, and in your um, the web page, you need to bookmark it. Otherwise, you need to look for it each and every time. If you bookmark the web page, so you can just go in your favorite and find it, is a step closer to joining your event. We have the issue, or we had, I think we will have as well the issue. People forget with which email they registered.
Yeah.
And then we need to scratch our heads or ask them to re-register with an email at that point. So make a note which email you decided to register with, password you have used, have a password file somewhere, bookmark the page, save the password in your Google Password Manager. All those things help you to access it easily, that you don't need to search, and we need to help you search for information you may not have.
Yes. I also would like to send a recommendation to the conference team about the gamification aspect. I know we had a few years where it kind of was put together at the last moment. So I would recommend for them to start to put it together, the questions or the contests or however they want to do it.
Distinguished Master Leona?
Yes, I can remember that Whova does not have a background. When you log into Whova, there's no background. Like Zoom has a background that you can use a background. I don't think Whova has that. Can you look into that?
Okay, that is some, perhaps Whova doesn't support that, to have a background in your Zoom. We have been setting up the meeting on Zoom in a way that you can have both options. So you're either watching the event, the Zoom screen is embedded in the Whova, or you can click on a link on Whova itself and zoom in into the Zoom meeting, and there you can do your background. But if you're watching it in the embedded Zoom screen, indeed you cannot change your background. So you need to have your background all tidy up. But I experienced last year with having both options, or perhaps only the options to go directly into Zoom, work better.
We had both options, Zoom and Whova.
Yes.
That's not happening the same this year. It's only Whova.
What time is it? No, we are having both options. Maybe I
Okay.
didn't explain it clear. So what we are doing is we are having the Zoom links and you can embed it in Whova. So the person will watch it in a screen in the Whova screen. Or you can click on it and go straight into Zoom and then your Whova screen is closed.
Mm-hmm.
And we experience that the second option, people tend to have less struggle. The only struggle is that they need to go back to Whova at the end of the session.
Mm-hmm. You have to reopen it.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, distinguished Toastmaster Leona. Over to you, Kareem. How long before will the app be available? How long before the conference for the games and extra activities? We are dependent on the organizing committee. As soon as payment is done at Whova and agenda is ready, we can start working on that. So putting the information together, and when it's ready, it can be launched. So hopefully we can launch it at least by the end of April. Maybe it's a bit ambitious, but we are doing our best. Francois?
Hi, I'm just, it's just quickly, it's just what do you call it, a solution I'm thinking with regards to avoiding persons having to re-register because they don't remember which email address they registered with. I'm just trying to remember the app that Toastmasters International use. Fabiola can remind, distinguished Toastmasters Fabiola can remind me. But the app itself, and I believe it could work with Whova, which whatever registration, whatever email address you use, you actually receive a specific code. And that specific, you have that code and you use that code to get you in. So you have your full name and you have the particular code, which is linked specifically to you. So I'm just thinking if that might work. I'm trying to remember the name of the app when for us who had to go to Anaheim. I'm just thinking if that login way could work itself with Whova. Something
Anyone?
to think about.
Yes, Fabiola, go ahead.
It works the same way. The difference is it is Whova. So yes, I think you will be able to as soon as the app is ready or the platform is ready and district announces that it is ready and you have paid your conference fee, I think you can log on. The problem is that people, as DTM Saringa said, they don't remember their emails, and that is something that, well, I don't think the administrators can help much if not asking those persons to re-register in an email that they have access to. But the code will be sent. If you forgot your password, you will get it. But the thing is, you will need to know which email, and if not, re-register with another email.
Thank you.
You are welcome, Francois and distinguished Toastmaster Fabiola. Kareem, the floor is yours.
Yes. Would like to start off by thanking everyone for participating today. I thought it was a step in the right direction in helping us having an excellent conference experience. Today you was able to learn and embrace new technologies like Whova that will help your Toastmasters experience. I would like to also welcome my partner in crime during the conference, DTM Sharinka. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your experience, guiding us in using Whova. And I think this will definitely help us during the Toastmasters conference. I think this will eliminate some of the issues that we've been having. I think this will make things much smoother. And as we go along, we're gonna have a next session closer to the conference so that we can get even more experience, insight, and eliminate some of the issues that we've been having. Feel free to send us an email if you have any questions, concerns as we get closer to the conference, or maybe you have a topic that you would like us to have during our Tech Cafe. Feel free to email the logistics email. Actually, I should have put it up on the screen, but I'll send it in the chat in a bit. And I hope you have an excellent Sunday. And in advance, we'd like to wish you a great start to your week. With that, I would like to conclude our session and have an excellent day.
Thank you. Bye.